Hi there. I'm here today with Jonathan Dyet. He's one of our brand new branch managers with American Pacific, or as we call it, APM, down in beautiful St. George, Utah. So welcome today, JD.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great. Hey, one of the things I just wanted to ask you, just a real quick question is, one, I know you were with American Pacific before. You had left us for a little bit of a time, and you joined, multiple channels within this industry. And most recently, you came from the broker world and really wanted to find out really the jump and the gaps that you experienced in the broker world that now allows you to flourish now into the banking world.
No, yeah, that's a great question, and I like that you touched on the fact of being in different areas of the mortgage business, right? I've been with APM and been with a small correspondent. I've been with a credit union, and one of the big things for me is find what fits you best, right? Find what fits you best in this industry, because there's so many avenues that you can go to, and everyone might say this is better than that. That is better than this, right? And you get recruiting calls, as I do, on a almost daily basis.
Right.
What is better than what. And so when it comes down to it, for me, the broker channel has its place in the market 100%. It's there for those that need it. For me, it's scalability and being able to grow something for the loan officers, right? So that we can empower loan officers to do what they do best and have the tools and resources. It would take me a long time, and it was, as a broker, to do that. I wasn't planning on just being a broker of my own little shop, of my own little office. But for me, it's being able to empower loan officers to go out there to the marketplace and give them the right tools and the programs, the steps, the process to be successful. Because one of the big cyclical things we see is loan officers getting business, working on business, getting business, working on business.
Right.
Right. So
right.
Me,
we're hunters, gatherers, processors. We run the entire manufacturing other than collect money.
exactly. Right. And so instead of chasing the gazelle every day and then having to go through and clean it and so on and so forth, let's just continue to be hunters, right? Do what we do best. And I'm big on education, and from Kurt all the way down to the processors, it's all about educating, right? And being able to empower our loan officers. And they, APM, why I chose APM from a broker to now, running a division and scaling from there is that very key, that loan officers are front and center, right? Everything I do and the staff does is to help the loan officer succeed. And borrowers are always looking for a loan. Loan officers should be out there building those relationships, and we need to support them in doing that.
Well, good. I mean, I know you mentioned before, obviously, the scalability, and that's actually a recurring theme that I keep hearing in some of the industry, or some of the people that I spoke to. It's amazing how many folks like yourself that I've been talking to that now they've been almost stymied, and they're great entrepreneurs, they're great business people, know how to grow, know how to coach teams, but really it's that next step in order to really grow and find those next tools, whether it's CRM, whether it's the loan origination software that actually has what they need to do, mobile application, right? I mean, everything that is interconnected in the broker channel, unfortunately, is disjointed. And one of the things that, again, talking to folks, again, similar to your position, JD, that have come on board with us, is really they went from taking 3 to 5 years to scale in the business that they wanted to do, which is, and then basically turning on the engine and immediately going to where they could have been, but it would have taken, a couple of years to get that way.
You're spot on. And that's one of that, I guess, is the biggest reason for moving. Is I was looking at that scaling and the time it would take, the money that would be spent.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And so I was
good
investing a lot into all of the different resources and the CRMs, the LOS, all these different platforms. And how do I make that work in the broker channel, or do I move into a correspondent? And so you hit it on the head, that APM allowed us and gave us that opportunity because it's a proven system, right?
Mhm.
And so with that proven system, there's $22 billion for a reason of volume. Being able to tap into that and run a division under American Pacific Mortgage allowed us to go in that direction. So I didn't want to take 3 to 5 years. I'm an impatient man. And I like to get after things, and those growing pains that you have now is that they're alleviated quite a bit joining with APM.
Good.
So.
And I know you mentioned too before, I mean, obviously any top producer in this industry are getting calls left and right. And just to obviously reiterate is that obviously our commitment to you when you brought on is still there. So obviously that's the reason why you remained with us, I assume too.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's APM allows, I'll get a recruiting call daily. And I hope that my loan officers get recruiting calls because they're doing something, right? And those recruiting calls continue to circle. And my whole philosophy is I'm going to give them a place that they love, right? That they're able to do not just their job, but as a team, from everybody from the staff to operations, the underwriters listen to them, the underwriting managers listen, right? The closers listen. When we sell a loan in the back end, everybody listens to what we need to have happen. And it's not a blame game of back and forth. A lot of companies it is, right? Again, empower the loan officer, they will stay.
Awesome. Hey, JD, thanks for sharing obviously your thoughts with me today, and I appreciate you being an incredible partner of us, and obviously with me and Dave Barton down in St. George. So thanks again.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it, Fred.